Now, lots of big brands are all about distilling their essence down to a single, basic, universal theme. For Coca-Cola, for instance, it's happiness. McDonald's is trying to go with loving, and now Oreo is zeroing in on the concept of play. The Mondelez brand has launched a new campaign called PlayWithOreo. The brand is on a mission to inspire imagination and play around the globe, not only with the cookie itself, but in consumers' everyday lives. Correspondent Yashni Padiachi reports.
It's all about the fun, but it's quite different from the TV ad we saw from the Oreo brand last year. It's the one that made us all go, "Aww."
I love it. He's extremely serious.
But is this in line with their brand strategy, and are they looking at a different target market? Well, we're here at the Oreo Cafe pop-up store in Rosebank in Johannesburg to find out.
It certainly looks like a place to, well, just be a kid. But this experience is all about pushing a brand.
It allows us to create a physical space where people can play, and Oreo is synonymous with play. So why not create an awesome experience like this for people to experience the brand? It's around releasing the child within. It's about playing. You know, there are amazing activities. It's a really great time for families and for adults and kids of all ages.
While the campaign is international, this store is unique to South Africa. It encourages visitors to go digital and spread the message of joy using social media. The aim is to attract players of all ages.
Oreo is relevant for everyone. So we would want friends and tweens and great old people. Why not? You know, everyone's welcome. And, you know, Oreo is the world's biggest biscuit for a reason. It's loved by everyone. And while our communication might focus slightly more on moms with kids, everyone enjoys it, and we invite them all to enjoy this experience.
However, this campaign does seem like a deliberate change in strategy.
What we wanted to do was really try to create something different with this campaign, you know, through all of the different channels we're using. I think it still talks to the naivety and innocence of the brand in quite a modern and contemporary way.
The store is only open until the beginning of May, giving consumers a few short weeks to dip it, dare it, dream it. Yashni Padiachi for Mags on Media.
And you can let us know what you think of the campaign on our Facebook page. Now, the Loeries SA Big Creative Festival has launched its call to entries campaign by asking the question, how many no's does it take to finally get that yes from the Loeries judging panel? The campaign comes as the festival also moves to Durban. And here with us now is Loeries Chief Executive Andrew Himan. A very warm welcome to you. Why Durban? Why the decision to move?
Durban is a very interesting story, and I think for South Africa it's very overlooked, because a lot of people, we're constantly there is a lot of people complaining and talking about, you know, government problems and management. And Durban over the last 10 years has done a fantastic transformation, and it's a city, I think, that's come back from the brink. And a lot of people, when we say Durban, they go, "Oh, you mean Umhlanga?" I say, no, Durban.
Do you think there's a different creative energy in Durban as opposed to maybe Cape Town, where you've been for the last couple of years?
Well, I think the key thing that Durban offers is it's actually a single beachfront environment. So it allows us to create more of a creative festival, similar to when you look at Cannes Lion. What Cannes has is it's a very dense city environment, so it's a dense beachfront contained. So what Durban Beachfront offers us is that we are able to have everyone accommodated within a 10-minute walking radius, and that's our aim.
If you're in the creative industry, no is a word that you're used to hearing.
I think, yes, anyone who does anything creatively is the first thing you hear is no. The funny thing is, and you often every week you talk about new campaigns, and you're talking about the new Taco Bell campaign now, and it's that when you want to do something that's really revolutionary and changing the way you are and taking you out of your comfort zone.
The default position from the client is saying, yeah, we like it, but no.
Let's go and do something different. Then you get told, and people say, oh, well, has anyone done this before? As if So we don't have the budget, it's not possible, it hasn't been done before, research doesn't support it. So you have to overcome this, and that's what one of the people don't realize is the biggest challenge of doing something great is to be persistent, and then getting through all the no's to get to that point.
And the ultimate
where you realize,
accolade, the ultimate yes is the bird in your hand.
yes, so once you've got through all those other no's, then your ultimate final test is to have it in front of the Loeries jury and say, are you going to get the yes now?
Andrew Herman, it's critical that you keep this process moving forward, and there are a whole lot of new categories, music, branded content, and also service design. Touch on music for me first. What are you starting to rival the Samas here? What's the
music
plan?
videos.
Okay.
So, and it is a good question because, again, it's all about advertising. Because on the one hand, people think, oh, haven't we moved on from advertising? But the reality is advertising has grown. So advertising is all these touch points where a brand interacts with a consumer. So a music video is a brand interaction. What it's doing is reinforcing the position of the band, of the musician, and selling their music to you, getting you to go and download their music and attend their concert. So a music video is a brand link.
My previous guest, Scott Kundle, talking about the critical importance of brands these days creating, owning, and distributing content. You have recognized that branded content is absolutely critical now. It's one of the ways in which the communications industry is moving. Again,
it's the thing of it, but true branded content, it's not about somebody having their logo on a mug and saying, here, they're
quite fond of that, by the way, but anyway, move on. Yeah.
What to really test it is to say, is someone choosing to engage in that activity by their own choice, and they're actually enjoying it and they're treating it as content? So that's the challenge, to say, I'm creating an engaging platform with my audience that must serve my business. So saying, if I'm a shoemaker, I want to sell my shoes. I'm not here to just take you to the circus.
But the information is authentic, relevant, and timeless.
And then people choose to engage with that and get a positive experience out of it. And then you've got to work out a way to say, how does my brand benefit in this process? So it's still a tricky environment to work in and be successful.
And service design, very quickly, that last touch point between brand and consumer.
Yes, so service design again says, okay, you've got this great campaign, you've done the branded content, you've got social media, and now the person says, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone and phone the company and I want to sign up for the contract. And they phone and they get told, your call is very important to us. And right there, it collapses. And then the CEO says, but hang on a second, I spent X million on an ad campaign, why aren't we getting the sales? And blames the agency for the ad campaign. You're saying, but I can only take you. I can bring the horse to the water, but I can't make him drink.
Some call center manager that should be keen to kick up the pants.
But the point is, brands must understand, companies, chief executives need to understand that their call center is part of their brand experience. You cannot treat that as a technical aside and do it at the lowest cost possible.
Andrew Herman, Chief Executive Officer of the Loeries, thank you very much indeed. Just to remind you, regular updates in the week on Facebook, Twitter and on Instagram, and that is also this week's program. As always, goodbye to you and thank you for watching.